What's up, guys, and welcome to our first official Pokemon YouTube video. I'm super excited to be bringing you guys some Pokemon content. I want to help you guys learn the game a little bit better and kind of solve some of the problems you guys run into. In this video, we'll talk about the solo queue experience and kind of how to carry your team a little bit. Actually, whether you're in solo queue or duo queue or trios or five stacking, this will really help you carry games effectively and get you those wins. First off, you want to pick a character that you're very comfortable with. In today's video, we'll use Greninja. I like to use characters that deal a lot of damage, in which I can carry team fights while also going and tackling down big objectives like Dreadnought and Zapdos and Rotom and things of that nature. And Greninja really works perfectly. His kit deals high damage. It allows me to be very versatile, very mobile as well too, which I think is very important. We want to be in positions where we can kind of rotate to help our team. It really depending on whatever situation arises, which, as you guys know, in the solo queue experience, which I am in this game, a lot of random things just happen. So we'll take a dive in here. This is game one. We'll also show you another game. I'll show you another game where I don't do things super correctly. So we'll do one game where I carry the team in a way that allows us to get the win, and then we'll show you another game where I also do really well individually, but my actions don't necessarily help the team in as good a way of, I guess, as I would have liked, and we weren't able to necessarily pull through. Both games are going to be high quality content, high kill games as well too, and there's going to be a lot to learn. All right, guys, so let's go. So we're going jungle this game, so we're going to go ahead and grab our substitute ability first. This is going to give us a dash ability to just dash over the wall to get to our camps quicker. I would recommend using a eject button, especially with the most recent nerfs to it. However, even prior to the nerfs, I wouldn't recommend using eject button. You roughly get there in essentially the same time. Quickly grabbing this buff first is honestly one of the most important. This is a very important route for me. When I run jungle, this will enable me to essentially clear camps faster and work my way through the jungle rotation. That way I can go get my first gank in lane. The first gank in lane is really big because it does give your laners an opportunity to get ahead, which is great for them because we want to carry the squad, not just just carry ourselves individually. So we want to do as many things as possible to help our team scale up towards Zapdos and towards things like Dreadnought, all the team fights. We want to help them scale. So I'm gonna go ahead and rotate top first. I like this way simply just because I have more coverage and more brush to move. I'm in a secure position on this first rotation. I'm looking to see how my team down below is faring. They're not faring too well, but looking to get some big damage here. We do have the bees up top, which is the most important spawn at 850. This will dramatically help your lane get ahead. Whether you're playing lane or not, you always want to make sure you're in position to get the bees at 850. I couldn't necessarily get all the bees myself, but I did try to poke as much damage and deny the enemy team farms. Denying the enemy team farms, even if I get them and my laners don't, just make sure that they really can't level up and scale up well. Kind of sticking around, playing very aggressive here. I do know the limits of my character, so I'm really just trying to help cause as much of a problem as possible for this top lane here. I am a little bit low HP, so I'm going to rotate off and start trying to get my jungle. Just wanting to make sure that I stay ahead. Jungle currently does have the most XP in the game, so I do know that I will always be sitting pretty in terms of level wise, so long as I hit my rotations and clear jungle shortly after it comes up, and I don't waste too much time with my camps being up. There is, I believe, a minute cooldown on your jungle farms once they're eliminated, so you're gonna want to make sure that you kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you're rotating throughout the map and kind of doing things. Looking to see that we do now have our big power spike. We're now Greninja. We've grabbed Surf as well too. Smoke Screen Surf is definitely the combo. Even though I see a lot of people using Water Shuriken and they have received a big buff, you'll see why Surf is such a big deal. It deals so much damage, especially to low opponents. Seeing that focus band really save our lives right here, hitting that pop and the eject button. That's something, it's a very mechanical play right there. But we use the eject button to kind of get out of there, and our focus band keeps us alive. Prime example as to why you really want to have those items in your kit. Eject button literally will keep you alive, and so will focus band. We did get a kill. I did die, but I'm looking for some revenge here. Getting some really big damage. We get a big pickup. We see the Dreadnought has spawned at 7 minutes, so essentially what I'm trying to do here is eliminate as many of the opponents as possible to get this Dreadnought position. We've cleanly executed a good number of the opposing team. We do have alpha positioning on Dreadnought, so we're just going to grab this really quickly. Again, this is why it's so important to have a character that can kill Dreadnought quick, you know, deal a lot of damage, because I get it done. You know, you're able to actually solo carry Dreadnought, which gave us our ultimate, and as you can see, we really popped off. This is again is where it comes to knowing your character's abilities. Like, I know what I can and can't do. I know my limits. I knew what I'd be able to do for the team right there. So providing the big damage so that they could score. I wanted to score. I didn't get a chance to. I'm gonna look to try to score up top here. However, I'm gonna get denied. I'm gonna try to sneak it though, but realizing I can't, I'm just gonna try to disengage and provide more damage. We have another big team fight here, looking at the Rotom fight coming up. I'm gonna try to deal as much damage as possible before I die. I do know I am gonna die because I'm doing crazy stuff right now. I'm pushing the limits, man, you know, but you got to push the limits to figure out what happens. Honestly, that Wigglytuff demolished me. I wasn't expecting Wigglytuff to crit for that much. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I could honestly get through, get a berry, come back and fight, but I kind of overextended there. I do realize we're gonna lose that turret. There's nothing I can do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and rotate to get my buff. This one specifically will slow the enemy down with your basic attacks. I'm only gonna get this buff. People might think I'm selling here, trying to focus on farm as opposed to going to play defense, but I know that they've scored most of their goals. They don't have much remaining or much energy remaining, and I want to try to get some kills here. That way we can kind of rubber band the XP back a little bit and try to really catch up to them and stay within a nice good level gap. So we're able to get the 1 kill. I wasn't able to get more, unfortunately, but they didn't score too much on our top. I think they scored 9 up top by the time I just took the buff. So did it work out exactly how I wanted to? No, but we did get a kill, so decent value. I don't know, maybe it's kind of, it's all hindsight. I don't know, it's kind of like minimal. But here is the big value part. Here we have the team fight going for the Dreadnought. I see it. I rotate down very quickly. They're all weak, and I'm using that surf on the low HP enemies. I'd like to note though that my surf timing isn't perfect yet. I'm using it a little bit early, so instead of wiping him out, it's getting him a really low HP. But we get a big 4-piece right there. I can't stress how big that is, because that's going to go ahead and secure us that Dreadnought. Simply just by being in the right place at the right time is so important. A lot of times people are late to rotate, or they over rotate and they rotate early and they overextend rather. They leave themselves in a bad position, and all you need to do is just be there at the right time and be in the right spot to kind of just deal damage and really secure the objective. Second Rotom is spawning. I'm gonna try to score again. Not getting much luck scoring, but thankfully the Snorlax sees my struggle and decides to block it off so I can score. Snorlax is, that's a great play, bro. If you can do that for your teammates, man, it's huge. You get that block, you stand on the backside of that goal, you know what I mean? You provide that huge barrier so that your team can score. That was huge. You got 50. I did a bunch of damage, but I seen I couldn't get the team fight win, so I'm gonna go ahead and back up and try to help my team get this Rotom. I wanted to honestly go in and kill people. I like to frag, but it wasn't the play. It wasn't the play. And I actually almost sold the Rotom because I did that. Because had I would have been there the whole time, it wouldn't have been so bad. But just dealing a bunch of damage here. That's my job. I'm trying to literally do as much damage so my team can wipe up. The Venusaur getting the big solar beam there with the huge wipe up, was honestly what I was hoping for. Because I knew that I did a bunch of damage. I knew I overextended and messed up, but I still wanted to try to recover for the team the best that I could, even if it cost me a bajillion second respawn timer. Lesson learned. Probably not, but we keep going. So we have great momentum up top here, right? The game is honestly, it's looking kind of in our favor. It's already going to come down to Zapdos though, as most games do. And it's not looking good because I'm trying to get our team to retreat so that we can be in position for Zapdos, which again is super important, but it's not going to work. They overextend up top. literally all of their respawn timers will make sure that they're alive or they're still dead when Zap spawns. I'm just going to try to do the best I can to 1v4 this and deny the team as much score as possible and not die. Like, I can't die here at all because they will surely get zapped though. So I'm trying to really just play defense, and luckily I was able to hold out till my team spawned and we were able to get a big pick. And now this is where we kind of turn the fight in our favor a little bit. So we got a pick, so technically we're 4v5 for this Zapdos fight, and we get another big pick. So now we should honestly be able to really be in a good position, but we don't really have our tank go secure that bush to the right over there. He rotates down, which it makes it very chaotic because he's not front lining for our team. So the DPS is getting squished. I'm having to do a lot of craziness right here. We pop an ult to try to get the buddy barrier to keep us alive, and then we're just dealing as much damage, trying to rotate as much as possible, staying out of the enemy's range, trying to take as little damage as possible while dealing maximum amount of pressure so that my team can just live, because they're kind of struggling in this fight. I'm not gonna lie. We're not really able to keep it very coordinated. Things are kind of really getting worse, and I'm kind of gone here. You know, there's not too much I can do, but luckily I did a lot. And sometimes that is enough. It won't always be enough, but if you can really just deal as much damage as possible, you can set your team up for big picks. Although we didn't get the kills, we forced ultimates, we did a lot of damage, and this is forcing the other team to kind of fold during that chaos. And this split right here is perfect. There's a huge opening that happens, our team goes up top to score, and this really is big because their enemy team only has 2 people up. Our team is split, securing Zapdos and also scoring, you know, putting pressure on the goals to pull their remaining teammates away. That was the moment we needed. The moment that teaches you never to give up, because even if it comes down to the very last second, you have the potential to win the game so long as you make the right actions throughout the game. This is a good one. Luckily this favored us, you know what I'm saying? And we let's take a look at the damage. Let's see what we kind of really were able to do here. So we ended up getting the second most points on the team at 150. We had 12 kills, 9 assists. We were at the MVP as well too. Gotta say good job to the squad, because honestly couldn't have done it without them. We all played our parts very well. The enemy team was under farmed, under leveled compared to us. They gotta say GG to the Greninja though, because I respect it. You know, and that's a good lead. I would like to note that I am a master player. Okay, so I've gotten a couple accounts to master. This is my alternate account, which is a Greninja only account, in which it is ultra, but it's, you know, we're still playing pretty decent players. So we're gonna look at the damage that we've done here. As you can see, you know, we get a lot of high kill Greninja games. We pop off a little bit, you know. Looking at the damage, so we did 86,000 damage, most damage in the game. We definitely had some good healing as well too, and we took 47,000 damage, you know, so we took a lot of damage as well. All right guys, game number 2, let's go. So this game is starting off weird to begin with. We do have 2 support characters mixed with 1 tank and also 1 all-arounder. Just very weird comp. We're not going to have a lot of damage output. However, this is a good game that we can use as an example, because even with that being said, we still have the potential to win should we make the right decisions. Should we be able to carry our team in the appropriate fashion, we can still win very easily. It's really gonna require us to do a lot of the right things at the right times and make sure that we're fully taking advantage of all the support tankiness, if you will, that we do have. And this is also going to change the way our positioning is. You know, I'm going to have to think about how I position myself in fights, knowing that there's not going to be that much damage and I can't really die. So we're going to go up here to get that first lane gank. I see that our Lucario gets 2 picks down below, which is huge. I'm just waiting for them to kind of get in position to where I can try to go for the kill. I do miss the bubble here, but I'm going to try to help out since I see that my Crustle is in a nice position. He just hit that level up spike. Going to go for some kills here, apply some pressure. We do know the B spawn at 850. Going to go back to try to help our top lane get the Bs. So far, so good. We're able to deny the enemy team XP. They're so under leveled. We're just dominating the top. You know, so far, so good. We're doing what we need to be doing at this time. 850. Remember, always rotate to the bees no matter where you are. You know, if you're in lane, you help deny the bees and secure them. And then if you're in jungle, you do that. And then if you're in the lane, you know, you want to try to get them for yourself. But I'm gonna go here and dive really deep to pick up this kill. We get both the kills there. That's huge early on. We're really dominating you know, both lanes right now, getting big picks. We have 4 kills in the game so far. We denied a lot of farms. We've grabbed bees. So we've pretty much done all that we can do at this moment here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a peek back, just because I see that they're in a really bad spot. I know that they're super under leveled. I'm 3 levels on one of their characters and 2 on the other. I'm just gonna try to bully them a little bit more, just to make sure they really just feel behind. You know, I want them to feel it. Part of the effect as a carry is to kind of demoralize, you know, the enemy team in the sense that if you can make them not want to fight from the beginning, you know, you really end up putting yourself in a prime position to win. They start making mistakes, they get flustered, things of that nature. So just really making sure that you showcase, not showcase, but apply that pressure early on is very important. Pressure is very, very important in this game. Now we have the Dreadnought popping up. We've cleared our jungle farms, and we are now, you know what I'm saying, we're Greninja, we're leveled up, we're ready to play the game and really kind of go in there and fight. This is the first big team fight, which happens at 7 minutes. Another important thing I'd like to note is at 7 minutes and 20 seconds, the second wave of bee spawn, and I did miss it this time. And I'd like to highlight that because I didn't help bottom secure them, and I don't know if they did or not, but I didn't help them secure the bees. I was late on my rotation. But we are going to get some damage here and look to get some picks. Trying to get this first Dreadnought is big. It's honestly one of the biggest things that you can do in a game. To get that early lead really helps you sustain and just keep fighting. And keep that lead throughout the game to get Zapdos at the end. So getting the picks here. Also trying to deal as much damage as possible. Seeing I got the ult, gonna use the ult. We're really just popping off. Me and Lucario are taking care of business. This is a good first team fight. We do peel off the Dreadnought, which I kind of wish I didn't have. I wish I just let Lucario go get that kill, just so I could come back and secure it faster. I knew we still got it, but it just, I don't know, it was just kind of like a really long fight. I don't like when Dreadnought fights are really long. You get this constant like rubber band phase where you go back and forth, and it just gets really weird. So I just wanted to end it as soon as possible so we can rotate up top to Rotom. We did get some big picks there, and we got that, so it's big value, good stuff. Gonna go try to score, can't score, so just gonna deal some damage here, trying to put myself in a position for us to win this second Dreadnought fight. I did give up backing to go get my farms just because I feel like I have a high enough level lead here, and I think that's important too. A lot of times, you know, people focus on the macro so much they forget to see that they might already have a really big lead on the enemy, and it might actually be smarter to use the level leads you have now to prevent them from getting more, you know, from catching up, because you already can safely assume you're probably going to win the fight if you have, like, even if you have only 1 level, you know. But here I have multiple levels, which is one of my favorite parts about being a jungler. You do get to always have that comfy level cushion. So I really just want to keep making sure that my team can get their levels and they can catch up, because it's not necessarily about me. I know I'll be good no matter what, but we need to make sure we can do the best we can to get the squad up. Trying to get this score right here would be really big, but just not able to get a lot of DPS out there. They're just really, this is where I'm starting to see that not having you know, 3 damage or just enough damage it's just really tough, because we're getting towards the end game. Players are starting to get really tanky, and they're starting to scale HP, and a lot of ultimates and buddy barriers are going out. And you know, with the Lucario and the Greninja, it's very hard to get through all that. Like, it's a lot of damage that needs to go out, and a lot of damage we need to try to not take to get that damage out. So it was very hard, and I really started to feel it. Early game we did well, but this is kind of where it's starting to crumble. But we do have good momentum for the second Dreadnought, which you would think would be really, really good. Like, since Machamp come in, I'm going to have to ult him. Machamp is just kind of a scary person because I knew there wasn't a lot of damage going out. So I had to give him respect and use the ult. I almost died with that being said, but we're able to get the kill and also the Dreadnought. And that's why I solo ulted him, because I knew that if I died, it meant us losing Dreadnought. And I couldn't have that. So I'm going to go in here and try to do some more work. I don't know where my team went here. I think they get caught back, but I'm just literally putting in so much work, and I wasn't able to get any kills because I'm just like the only one putting out damage right now. But with that being said, I don't want to blame my teammates, right? I'd like to note that there's not enough damage going out. However, that just means I'm not personally playing how I need to for the current situation. I should be playing much more passive. I should realize that I can't keep the same level of aggression, because simply it's just not the team. We don't have the team comp for that, and this is a big mistake that I have. Although I'm doing good individually right now and I'm putting in a lot of work, I'm failing to realize the importance of me being more patient and me not pushing as aggressively to chase down some of these kills. So we do get the Rotom though, which is big value. We've actually secured, I believe, every objective up until this point, and I'm feeling really, really good about it. Like, if you're just looking at this game, like even now watching it over again, like I feel really, really good about it. Zapdos is coming up. I'm level 13. He's level 13. That's good. You want to at least be level 13. For most characters, that's when they get their second power spike. Some it's 14. But you do get good, it's good to know you do get good benefits stat wise from 14 to 15, but sometimes you get move upgrades at 13, so that's very big. Gonna try to go ahead and get position, and this is where it kind of sucks because we're not in good position. We're all very, very late to the rotation. They had position. You got to be at the right places at the right time, and we simply weren't. They secured our side bush, like the bush on our side right here, which is huge. That's where you need to be at. You need to be on the opposing team's opposite side bush, whoever your tank is, you know, ideally. They're gonna go ahead and get this Zapdos, and this is just not good. You know, we have 3 people down right now. I'm gonna rush and try to go get us ult, but I'm late on that, dealing a bunch of damage as well too. Now the only thing I can do is try to deny them as many, you know, scores as possible, but can't seem to get the damage down. We get 1 pick there, but this Crustle was able to score, and he just has so much HP, and I messed up on my moveset there, so wasn't really able to get that in. I know I'm sitting on 50, but the chances of me scoring right now are pretty slim to none. They're just gonna jump on me, and I knew that, but I still had to try, of course. Now my next thought process is, all right, stay alive until my team can regroup, because we can still attempt to win, right? Even if you lose Zapdos, if you guys all push the same lane, you have an opportunity to win. And I see the team does know that, so they are grouping together. So we're gonna try to deal as much damage as possible, maybe get a pick here to score, because we do need to get a pick to score, because they're just gonna keep jumping on us. But we can't find it. It's just we can't find it at all. The sustainability is there, you know. It's just we couldn't find it, you know. And we're fighting. We're doing so much damage. Like, we really gave our effort. It all came down to positioning, being in, you know, we had good positioning and we won objectives the entire game, right? But I was overextended in a lot of different situations. Also, positioning at the end for the Zapdos fight, we were not there correctly. And that was the most important fight. That was one of the only things that we really truly needed to do. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at how much damage you did that game, because I felt like I did a lot. I really did feel like I pumped out a lot of damage, but I was just so lost. I didn't score. That's a big thing. We didn't score. Yeah, that's what honestly, yeah, that's what I think separates the 2 games. We do 114,000 damage. You know, we mess up our positioning a tiny little bit, but the biggest thing is we just didn't score. You got to do it all. You got to score, be in the right place at the right time, and get kills. That's how you carry. All right, guys, hopefully you were able to learn something from the video. And make sure you guys in the comments below suggest anything else you want to see in the future, any guides for different characters specifically. Is there any questions you guys do have? Please drop a like and subscribe, as it does help me out tremendously. And definitely be on the lookout for more Unite content.